This video is
Hey, she also got sponsored by Ren.
sponsored by Ren.
Welcome to class. Chat, today's a very important day, and I have a very big responsibility today, and that is to teach you guys about the birds and the bees. Except today we're literally talking about birds, and we're literally talking about bees, and about how they have sex.
Sex.
Hello, surprise! This video is sponsored by Ren today. I've been sponsored by Ren before, and I love them. I know you guys probably remember them. I've talked a lot about the climate crisis.
Right,
on my
FPL
stream,
lost
of course,
today.
But I'm really excited to
Bro, I
bring
took
that
a
to
minus
YouTube
8.
as
I
well.
feel like
So thank you, Ren, for
went
sponsoring
overboard,
this video. You guys, Ren is a website where you can pay for a subscription that helps to offset your carbon footprint. So,
did anyone
once you
catch
sign
that
up for the link
Manchester
that's in the
United
description,
game
you'll get
yesterday? I
monthly
told you
updates
that
on the
when
projects
they're in
we're supporting,
tip-top shape.
projects like rainforest protection and mineral weathering, tree planting, and things like that. Really, really cool projects, and you can actually see where your
Sex and love in the animal kingdom. I can't put sex in my title. I did put the word Riz in there because I thought that it was encompassing. Let's get into it. Are you ready? Okay, I made an entire section for insect sex, or
Insect
insects
sex.
as you will. Okay, that's not like a scientific term, it's just funny.
Insects, isn't that a tool?
I only included a few examples even though there are so many. There are so many, you're not gonna believe it. Okay, okay. I don't even know why they have this sticker, but they had it and I thought it was really funny. Unhinged stream. Okay, so we have a few examples here of insect sex, but we'll start with chemical warfare. What the heck does this mean? Please admire my graphic design. Love darts and mind-controlling semen. Snails are hermaphrodites, but as a hermaphrodite, they want to play the male role because being a man is easy in terms of reproduction because you get to go around and just, you know, spread sperm and your genetics.
Nice.
Right? And then you leave and then you keep reproducing. The female role is hard because then you have to have eggs and you have to care for young. You have to raise young. So it's a big time commitment and it's much more work. So snails want to play the male role for that reason. Snails have darts.
That'd be crazy. Imagine if humans worked this way and you started dating someone and you had to decide, okay, who's gonna give birth?
Made of calcium. They also have penises. These are separate things. I'm gonna draw you guys a snail really
What
quick.
do you do, man? You like, Lotto?
Where do you think his sex organs are? Don't say unhinged. It's a smiling snail. Relax. His eyes, his
That's a
head,
really cute snail guy.
his mouth, his forehead, between his legs. Fair guess. In his butt. They're about here. They're on his neck. This is where their sex organs are.
Strange.
That's where his penis is. In addition to that, they have a dart. Okay? They have a dart in addition to the penis on their neck. Let me explain. The dart is made out of calcium, and it shoots sperm-boosting secretions. They literally want to stab each other with the dart. It is... Oh, what is the word? Frick. Hypodermic. Thank you. Hypodermic genitalia. There are lots of animals with hypodermic genitalia. The dart stabs the other snail, and it injects sperm-boosting secretions. It reduces the fertility of the victim snail so that they can't go mate with other snails. It shortens the lifespan of the victim snail, which is kind of a bizarre thing. You'd think that they'd want the mother to live longer, but it also means that they're not able to reproduce with other snails. And it may reduce the libido of the victim snail, again, with the intention to reduce the amount of snails
felt like banging another snail
goes and reproduces with. So I'll show you what that looks like. If you don't want to see what that looks like, don't look, but it's kind of cool. So this this picture should have gone first. Do you see the dart? It's very freaking obvious, okay? This is a dart, and those are the two penises above the dart. So what they do is snails wrestle
Wait, they're
for
touching tips?
a while. They stab each other as many times as possible, stabby stabby, try to get as much of that fluid from the dart into the other snail, and then once they've stabbed each other a bunch of times, then they inseminate each other at the same time. These are hermaphrodites, right? So they both have male parts and female parts.
Dude, it's like a 69.
And whoever did the best stabbing prior to insemination gets to play the male role. Does this all make sense? Also, another example, fruit flies, their seminal fluid contains proteins that promote egg production and reduce libido, so same thing. Their semen just affects the inseminated so that they're less likely to reproduce down the road. Just to knock out competition.
Imagine if humans, imagine every time you banged someone, you felt less and less like banging someone afterwards.
You know what I mean? But that snail is kind of crazy. Okay, this is a big one. Sexual cannibalism is extremely popular
Well,
in the
you'd
animal
only have like, let's say you only had like 10 good bangs in you throughout your whole lifetime. That would be such an interesting dynamic. Man, probably, honestly, that would probably almost be good. Well, actually, we wouldn't have that many kids, would we? Because imagine if you just used protection for all those 10 times and then you just never, damn, there would be no kids left.
kingdom. Like, it is all over the place. I think most people think of praying
Guys have that as a short debuff. Yeah, as a very short debuff.
mantises, right? But it is, I mean, it's everywhere. And our first reaction as humans
have
is
10
why?
left.
Sexual cannibalism being female eating the male post-coitus, right? To humans, you'd be like, what the heck, why? And the answer to that is, why not? It makes a lot of sense for females to consume the male if it's something that is within her diet, because it helps for her to produce eggs better and to raise their young
Death
better.
by snoo-snoo.
And a lot of times the males don't have a very long lifespan. Their only job is to reproduce. And if the males successfully inseminate a female, then the females, you know, he's done his job, and then... So it sustains the female. A lot of times the feeding itself increases the amount of time for copulation. So in the praying mantis example, which you guys will see in just a second, if the female is eating the male while they're having sex, the male can have sex for longer. Doesn't make sense now. It will make sense in a second.
This is like autoerotic asphyxiation or whatever.
Male praying mantises have extra nerves in their abdomen, and so while they're being eaten, it causes spasms in their abdomen, and so they're able to continue. You'll see a video. I'll show you a video. It'll make more sense when you see it. I don't want to try to explain it to you. Methods that we have of sexual cannibalism, but there are also methods in here of avoiding sexual cannibalism, because believe it or not, some males don't want to be cannibalized, and they want to have another chance to reproduce. Number one, somersaulting. It is described that way by scientists, okay? That is not me. Male redback spiders will literally somersault.
I keep just thinking about like applying this to humans. Like, if dudes would die whenever they banged, they'd still do it. That's a crazy thing, right? A lot of people would be so thirsty, they still would. But you have to pick the right time, I guess. I mean, most would just do it at the end of their lifespan. Fuck no. I mean, like, if you're on your deathbed, you may as well go out with a bang. Pun intended.
Into the mouth of the female after copulating. Why? Because it helps sustain her, and it was his only opportunity to mate anyway.
Oh my god!
So he offers himself to the female after successfully reproducing. Okay, cool. Strangulation. Female octopuses. Octopuses are very solitary. I don't want to hear octopi. All right, I looked this up. Octopuses. All right. Female, they're very solitary. And so no, not octopussy. No, they're solitary. So if they come across another creature, they're gonna eat it because they need to. Also, when females are about to go into this long process of taking care of their eggs and raising young, they're gonna need a last meal before they go hide away.
Camera. I
to
don't know. I'm
that.
just messing
So
around.
female octopuses will strangle the males and eat them.
Aha!
So then
I run an ad.
opportunities or methods to avoid cannibalism. Copulatory bondage would not recommend searching copulatory bondage without anything about insects. Do not search. And then I was like, oh my god, I accidentally looked up and then
Don't search for tentacle strangulation sex.
and then I tried to fix it, and so I looked up silk copulatory bondage because it's about spiders and they do this with silk. Also wrong. They do it with silk too, all right? You have to look up spiders if you want to do that. But copulatory bondage is a thing with spiders. Male spiders will bound the female spiders with silk
Oh, so
to keep them from being mobile
Toto.
so that they can copulate without being eaten. And then the other crazy one is catapulting. So orb weavers, I did a lot of math for this one, you guys. I don't really need to draw this, but I'm going to anyway. But essentially, there's like female orb weaver, male orb weaver, and after they copulate, he goes, "Ah!" Okay, and that was not near fast enough. It was not anywhere near fast enough. Also, note, they do this several times.
I have to return some videotapes.
Copulate, catapult, come back, copulate, catapult, and
Thanks,
do it
Peachy Dude,
basically
11 months
until she
Prime.
gets
Welcome
him.
back. Sorry for
Until
the
she
scam.
eats him. But it gives them the opportunity to go multiple times. Orb weavers are about 3 millimeters long, and they launch themselves at 88 centimeters per second, which is the equivalent of a 5'9" man launching himself in the air at 1,738 feet per second.
Not bad.
Can you imagine? It's been a long time since we've talked about this. It's just about the most interesting reproductive story in the animal kingdom ever, because it makes okay, let's just get into it.
You guys ever had bed bugs? I don't think I've ever had bed bugs. But you hear about them a lot.
Bed bugs only reproduce via traumatic insemination. Bed bugs, female bed bugs, have female genitalia, perfectly good orifice for insemination. So bed bugs have a needle-like penis. Again, females have a perfectly good orifice that they could inseminate. However, they choose to inseminate directly through their
Stabbies or
carapace.
vaggie?
This is a picture of a bedbug penis right there. It does look like a little needle. Males will inseminate directly through the carapace, through the abdomen of the female.
Fucking
The exoskeleton becomes visibly cracked when they do that insemination.
Oh, damn.
Why, right? Why would they do that if there's an orifice to inseminate? Because they are able to inseminate directly into the circulatory system or into her bloodstream, and the last sperm is the first one to the egg. So it it streamlines the process. Another interesting thing about bedbugs.
Sperm goes into the blood?
Males regularly engage in homosexual behavior all the time. And
Nice.
At first, scientists thought that it was because they could not tell them apart, because bedbugs typically try to inseminate the largest female, and so if a bedbug has recently eaten, it like looks like a female, I guess. But there is a theory about rollover insemination, which again, I'm not an entomologist, so like don't quote me on any of this, okay? This is just from what I've read. But there's a theory that if male bedbug inseminates another male bedbug, that their sperm can be combined, and then that male bedbug will inseminate the next female.
Whoa, fusion sperm!
We'll get a combination of their sperm. So there's
Okay, once again, guys, imagine if humans could do this. We could combo our sperm, then you could have like a baby that would be both from the guy and the girl, but also from another guy. Oh, we get the whole gang in there. That's cool, man.
competition there without the original bedbug even needing to inseminate the female. Does that make sense? Stacking.
Damn, it would actually be such a big market for... I mean, there's already, like, insemination, right? But then insemination is, like, a different dude. But if you could combine... If you could buy Giga Chad cum and combo it with your own, you could produce a Giga Chad version of yourself. Damn.
Yeah. That is a theory!
So many celebrities would sell their cum, right? Maybe they already do, I don't know.
Not confirmed. But the
They
concept
don't
is
combine DNA?
crazy. Not only do bedbugs regularly engage in homosexual behavior, they also engage in cross-species insemination. The only theory for that is that they can't stop, won't stop. There's no reason to do that. There's no biological reason for bedbugs to go inseminate another insect. I think they're just programmed to whoever does the most stabby, fucky wins. And so they're just always on it, man. They're always copulating. And so, you know, they just, anything.
E-Rob's
and
already
everything.
doing that with Big J, oh.
6 foot tall male, 8 counts. Okay. All right. There's so much more, you guys. I could do another one of these presentations just on insects. But now we're moving on to the real nitty gritty. Penises in the animal kingdom. Notice there are a lot of subtopics here, and that's because there's a lot of information to cover today, okay? I hope you guys had your coffee this morning, and I hope
What's
you had your
a
breakfast.
mouth
because you're gonna need to
penis?
keep your eyes open. Fun shapes. We start off easy. Now's when I need to do a little bit of drawing. Okay, so I didn't want to
I saw all of these at the Penis Museum in Iceland.
you a bunch of pictures of, yes, acoustic penises, exploding penises. We're going over all of it today. Weaponized penises, yes, we're going over all of it today. You will not believe. Anyway, penises come in all shapes and sizes. The human penis being very boring compared to the rest of the animal kingdom. There are a lot of animals in the animal kingdom that have a
Rude.
baculum, which is a bone. We do call human penises boners, but there's not a bone in the penis. A lot of animals have an actual bone. It's isolated, and it's located at the distal end
Well,
of the
that means
penis,
they
at the
could
top of the
actually
penis.
break their dick.
There are a couple pictures of bones here. A guy from Ghana, thank you for the 14 months. It's not a bone.
Oh.
No, your penis is not a bone. I have a very important job here. Okay. A couple pictures, a couple examples. What do you guys think that bone is that guy's holding?
I don't understand. Doesn't that mean they're always erect then?
Goes like this. That he's holding like this. What is that? What kind of animal does it come from? A walrus, a whale, a hamster, raccoon. Correct. Well done. That is the baculum of a
it's
raccoon.
inside their body.
There's a raccoon penis. For some reason, I don't know why this is the case. I don't know why everyone and their mom wants a raccoon penis, but if you look up raccoon baculum, it's all Etsy. and it's all people making like weapons and earrings out of them because
Did you
everybody
say
wants
everyone's mom?
I don't know why, but you look it up. I swear to God, it was so hard for me to find information and to research raccoon penises without getting hit with like ads. Like, here, buy one here. I was like, I don't want one. Anyway, that's a raccoon penis. What about the big one underneath it? Most people, you know what? I think you guys were already talking about that one. Most of you said whale. It is actually a walrus baculum.
Oh.
Walrus penises are about 2 feet long. That is not a whale. We will talk about whale penises. Trust me, that is not a whale penis. That is too small.
I knew it wasn't a whale penis.
To be a whale penis. That's a walrus baculum. Other interesting. Okay, so we have other baculum.
I knew it wasn't a whale penis. Hold on, I'll show you a whale penis. This is me next to a whale penis. Sperm whale, I think it is.
We're going to be giving a shout out to NymN or NymN.
Right here.
Here's a
These ones are all
dynamo.
labeled. Lots of different sizes,
Thank
different
you.
shapes. The shapes all have a
Gifting a
purpose,
sub.
an evolutionary purpose, right? So we're gonna go through and talk about these
To
3
Twitch.
examples up here for crazy shapes. I would like to make a little note here. A duck penis is not a true penis because it doesn't erect with blood. But we're gonna talk about it as
A lot
if
of
it was
comedians in chat after I show that
Some
picture. I
animals
see.
have penises that help them in eliminating other competitions from males. Honey badgers are one of them. Here's what their baculum, the bone in their penis, looks like.
Honey badgers
from
don't give a
top
shit.
view. It has like a hole in it. This is what the bone of a honey badger penis looks like if you look at it from the top. From the side, it kind of looks like this. It's like a spoon. Why would it be shaped like a spoon, chat? Like a
So you can scoop the kami-yummies out.
scoop? Why do you think this would be, honey badger? Penetration, to eat ice cream, to help eat soup, scoop pee-pee, scoop out semen. Okay, yes, well done. Scoop out other cummies.
I called
job.
it!
Everybody, that's right. It is to scoop out competing semen. Yeah, so their spoon is literally, their penis is literally shaped like a spoon. They're able to scrape out
My spoon is too big.
competing semen from copulation from before. So yeah, that's a honey badger
My
penis.
spoon
Fun shape,
is
kind of
too
crazy. Semen shell.
big.
Yes, well done. Next, we have a cat penis. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a cat penis, but it looks
Sadly,
like
I
this,
have.
right? Pretty normal, kind of crazy, kind of looks like a dog penis, except it actually looks like this. Barbed penises. Penile spikes is what they're called. Barbed for her pleasure? No. Unfortunately, that is not the case. They're not ribbed for her pleasure. They are barbed to prevent pulling out so that coitus happens for longer.
Ugh.
It's the opposite, actually. So it's pretty rough. Evolutionarily, it makes sense because once they're in there, they're gonna inseminate her and then they'll pull out and leave, but it is not comfortable.
How do they pull out then? I guess it gets flaccid?
That is a shape of a cat penis. The last one that we have you guys heard of duck penises? For some reason, the media loves talking about duck penises. I
They're
found a lot of
spirals,
research
right?
for them. You guys familiar? Well, like to note, the vast majority of birds only have a cloaca, a hole. One hole for everything, right? But ducks have a penis that looks
Coitus.
like this. It's a corkscrew. And it is huge, by the way. It's almost twice the length of a duck. Why?
What?
Why? Actually, interestingly enough, it is the same reason that cats have a barbed penis. Because you guys ever twisted a screw in something? You know how opposite threading works?
This
A
is
duck
a
vagina
certified
has the opposite
foursome
threading
level
of a
moment.
duck penis. So it literally screws into one another.
Thank you, Tom
Why
and
are they
Knight.
so long?
Swimek.
Because female ducks have adapted or have evolved to have longer vaginas so that they can avoid
the
forced
duck?
copulation by other male ducks. And then duck penises in return have become longer. So for however many years this problem has been happening and they've been evolutionarily fighting one another, duck penises have gotten absurdly long and female duck vaginas have become absurdly long. We're in a bit of an arms race. I don't know when it's going to end or what it's going to look like.
Interesting.
But you guys will be dead by the time it's something like that you're not able to fathom. But it's still going. It's an arms race. Cat penis barbs are backwards. Oh my god, you're right. Okay, guys, bad news. Cat penises are even worse than I originally explained. They're backward facing. So the same reason why it's really
Yeah,
hard to pull a
figured.
snake off of you when they bite, because their teeth are backward facing. When they stick it in, you can't pull it out because the barbs are backwards facing.
Ah, wow,
It's like
wow.
a Christmas tree. Cool? Hate it? Great. All right, so that's all shapes and sizes. Lots of different shapes and sizes. There's a ton more examples, but that's
Are we
that's
doing this whole video?
what I kept it to today. Alex, thank you.
Very long.
Biggest and smallest. Okay. You guys thought that baculum was a whale penis. You were incorrect. But the largest penis in the world,
My content
unsurprisingly,
now.
is a blue whale. It's the largest animal in the world. The smallest penis, I did research,
sure
couldn't
Maya
find it.
wouldn't
It's some
mind.
microbe. I don't know, right? There are microbes that produce sexually, which means that they have male reproductive parts. I don't. It's just so fucking tiny, you don't even need to worry about it. Honorable mentions. Largest penis to body ratio. You can start the first poll if you want. How big is a blue whale's penis? And I have a little bonus that's not a poll. You can select A, B, C, or D.
I don't know these units. Metric system, motherfucker. Do you speak it? I'll just go ahead and say it's the max one.
8 to 5 feet, 8 to 10 feet, 12 to 15 feet, or 15 to 20 feet long? Well, you answer that. The largest penis to body ratio is a barnacle. A barnacle, do we have a tape measure in here? A barnacle's penis is about
I mean,
8
you saw
times-
that when I was standing. So it's like 2 meters. Blue whale penis? No, probably more. I'll say between 2 to 3 meters for a blue whale dick.
its size, 8 times its length. A lot of people like to say that they're hung like a horse, but
Whatever that
if
is
you
in
want to
feet.
say that you're hung like a barnacle,
That's B.
your dick is gonna have to be
Oh shit.
about that long. You would need about a 50-foot penis. I think that poll's over. Let's check it out. Most of you said C, 12 to 15 feet. The correct answer is B.
Haha!
Generous,
Called
though.
it.
A blue whale's penis is 8 to 10 feet long, which is still pretty massive, but crazier. How much do you guys think a single blue whale testicle weighs? One me. I don't know how much you weigh. 14 pounds. 80.
I'm gonna pretend like I'm holding a blue whale ball right now. I'm gonna go ahead and say like.
certified forcing level moment.
Well, we just leveled up twice in a row. I'll say like 3 kilos. Seahorse had to evacuate job because of bomb threat. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I hope you're safe.
Pounds, about 150 pounds. This is a barnacle penis. This picture. Barnacles are really small and they're stationary. They never move.
3
So it makes
kilos
sense that
is
they'd have to have a really
nothing?
long penis so that they can go and inseminate females
5
without
kilos
moving.
then.
But again, this is the human equivalent of having a barnacle penis. It is proportional. I measured it. Other honorable mentions. Smallest penis to body ratio. A gorilla. You guys have probably heard about this one before. You can run that poll if you'd like. How small is a gorilla's penis? The reason they think that they have such small penis, I explained the reason for a long barnacle penis, but for gorillas, they don't have much competition because of their social hierarchy. They don't have to worry about being crazy endowed because they get the females anyway.
I
So
swear I'm a
how
grower.
big is how tall are gorillas? Space, you want to look that up? Gorillas are 5'5" on all four. Oh my god, that's
The
on all
answer was 70 to 80 kilos. Really? That's a big ball.
fours. I'm
Horse?
5'2". Holy cow. All right. The correct answer is about 1.25 inches. Erect. Iron the shirt.
Wait,
No.
how much is that? 1.25 inches in cm. 3 centimeters erect? Poor gorillas.
Don't tell your teacher to iron her clothes. I will not. Then we have multiple penises. Okay. Lots of animals have multiple penises or hemipenises. 2 penises. Patchy. Snakes. 2 penises. One of the reasons that they think they have 2 penises is because a lot of snakes will mate in a breeding ball. This picture here of gardener snakes.
Look at how happy
The
he
largest
is.
recorded breeding ball was 7,500 individuals. So the theory for
Orgy.
why the snakes have 2 penises is because 2's better odds than 1. That's all I could find is when they're in a breeding ball, if they can come from either side, literally, they have better chances. That's all I could find for you.
Huh.
Other things. Platypuses are just about the weirdest animals on the planet. Platypuses and echidnas both. Bizarre animals. They were recently, kind of recently separated from mammals, and they're classified as monotremes. They lay eggs. Platypuses are venomous. Why? No freaking idea. There's so few animals that are venomous, but platypuses, they have venomous spurs, and there's a guy that got spurred by a platypus. He still has pain 4 years later. It's just like such a weird animal. And their penises are also really weird. Echidnas, though, have probably the record for the weirdest penis. I didn't want to show you because it's a lot. You're welcome to look it up, but I didn't want to put one on stream.
What are they called? How do you spell that?
So I'm going to draw it for you. I've said this on stream before, but guess how many heads an echidna penis has? A lot of you already know.
Echidna. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
4. Yeah. So it looks like this. That's all it looks like. You can look it up.
You look
Look
like
up echidna
a.
penis.
It looked like a flesh glove.
It has 4 heads. Why? It's not a hand. It's a penis. Why does it have 4 heads? 4 is better than 3. 3 is better than 2. 2 is better than 1. They are all functioning heads.
Huh.
So, one theory is that when they're mating with a female, they can inseminate them twice out of 2 heads. Another one is because they're pretty promiscuous and they mostly have group sex, echidna orgies. They can mate with one female, immediately go to the next female, and mate with the other 2 heads, and it eliminates the problem of
Very efficient.
Why not 5? That's not a question for me. No reboot time. Exactly.
But think about it though. 4 times the post-nut clarity.
Yeah. So, this is an echidna penis. Then we have a platypus. Guess how many heads a platypus penis has? 7, 6, 1, 8, 10, 3. Might be disappointing to some of you. It's only 2. But, it's shaped weird. Shaped
Like
like
a
that.
glove.
Why? Let's go back to our duck
Or like
example.
a
Female
thumb glove.
platypuses have 2 vaginas. Of course. Of course they do. One of them is fake. Of course.
Don't Google that one.
One of them is false. It's a false vagina.
Platypus penis.
And so male platypuses have evolved and adapted to have one prominent head
Ew.
that goes to the real one and one prominent head that goes to the fake
Ew.
one. Who knows what's gonna happen down the line? It's another arms race. But it looks. Oh, also, of course, they're freaking barbed naturally. Platypus penis. Any questions? Okay. So that's what we're looking at for multiple penises. Chat, it gets crazier from here. We're going to talk about, oh, here we go. We're going to talk about detachable penises. A lot of people were like, what does this
What
mean?
now?
There are disposable penises and there are detachable penises. There are penises that can be disposed of and then they grow a new one and they reuse it. We're going to talk just about detachable penises
Interesting.
today. Are you ready? Guess what animal has a detachable penis? I'll give you a hint. We've talked about them today.
I bet it's some kind of lizard. They can regrow limbs. Snake.
Humans, right. Clownfish, lizard, octopus. Well
Oh.
done. Octopuses, some cephalopods have detachable penises. This is an octopus.
Nice drawing.
Where do you think his penis is? I thought retractable.
Under.
Ooh, lots of animals have retractable penises. You can see retractable penises on the pasture cam if you'd like. His head, everywhere. A lot of people saying his head, 3rd right arm, underneath him, his mouth, his epidermis, just all of his skin. One of the arms. One of the arms is the octopus's penis. Only one. Is it always the same one? I don't know the answer to that. I would assume so. I don't actually know which
Interesting.
one. I mean, this isn't a correct diagram. It's one of the arms, okay? And in the tip of the arm, there's a
know this.
sperm storage organ.
I didn't know
So,
most of this stuff, to be fair. But
There's a sperm packet. There's a sperm packet at the tip of this tentacle, okay? What else do we know about octopus sex, guys? What does a female octopus like to do to a male octopus after they have
blow
sex?
him.
Starts with a C and ends with an animalize. They eat them. Sexual cannibalism. Just like quick overview. Octopuses, they're solitary. Thank you, space. Mostly, so they float around in the ocean on their own. When they run into a mate, they're gonna eat it because they don't run into much other prey.
Wait, so when you're eating octopus, how do you know what type of arm you're eating?
And so it's got to be done. Okay, so it's just got to be done. It just makes sense. Female octopuses will strangle male octopuses and eat them. Girl boss shit. So.
What if you bite into it and you hit the sperm packet?
Methods that male octopuses, Bort, thank you for the 5 subs, that male octopuses will use
Delicious.
to inseminate a female octopus. Here's a female octopus. Draw it in blue.
Octopussy.
Guys, where do you think her vagina is? Between her eyes, tentacles, head, in the arm,
Mouth.
in her toes. I don't know that she
In
has
her,
toes.
one of her arms,
In her
I guess,
penis,
again,
all
right?
I'm getting a little confused here. That's okay. We'll slow it down. I didn't see anybody get it, but I wasn't looking at chat the whole time. It's about right here.
Oh.
Scientists call it the nostril. Don't look at, this is not like anatomically correct, okay? I know her face is right here. That's not where freaking octopus, this doesn't what an octopus looks like. Nose, tristy, yes, whatever you want to call it. Nose, pussy, sure. It's right here. So, for male octopuses, say goodbye to Mr. Male Octopus. I need to redraw him. Goodbye.
No!
One method that male octopuses have for
See?
inseminating the female to avoid cannibalism is the reach method. Okay? The octopuses in nature that have really long tentacles have the luxury of reaching. Reach.
Rabbies.
Will reach around. Right? And all that he needs to do is get his tentacle inside of her nostril to inseminate her. He delivers the sperm packet into this cavity. But
Question mark, question mark,
if the
question mark,
female-
profit.
I'm an animator. Uh-oh. She sees him, and then she wants to eat him.
Oh.
Oh no! Cut it off! Cut off the tentacle. He
Oh
releases
my god.
It detaches from him.
Once again,
And then-
guys, think about humans. Imagine like some guy's banging some girl, realizes she wants to eat him, so he just cuts his dick off and runs.
And he
Nature
leaves.
is weird.
He will die, but he's not dead now. He leaves it there with her, and it will inseminate her because it's in the cavity. It stays there. Scientists that have pulled up female octopuses have mistaken penises in the cavity for parasitic worms. Males, this wasn't drawn very well. Males are much smaller.
You think they can
females.
grow at different
Another
size?
crazy thing about female
It's a bit of
octopuses,
like
they
lottery,
can
like,
collect
how well endowed
penises.
will I be this way?
These are
Or
penises
this
from
time?
other octopuses. So they can have several stored in that cavity.
Wow,
Dick
she's had some
collector.
fun.
Yeah, so she can have several to choose from that can inseminate her. There are other octopuses, by the way, smaller ones or other cephalopods that get so scared, they're all the way over here, that get so scared they don't even try the reach method. They just send it off and it goes on a little journey and it swims.
Cock rocket!
Understand? That's detachable penises. After the female is inseminated, she goes off on this long journey to raise eggs. She will stop eating after she eats the male octopus if she is that lucky, and that'll be her last meal before she raises the eggs, and then she will die once the eggs hatch out, and the
Oh, no.
males will also die. Anybody have any questions about detachable penises?
The
Do they still
circle of
inseminate?
life.
Yes. Yeah. The sperm packet's in that tentacle. So long as it gets into that cavity, insemination occurs. Is mine detachable? No. Do not. So male octopus has like 9 cocks? No. First of all, they have 8 tentacles. Second of all, only one of them is the penis. Are you sure? Yep. A lot of people are asking if they regrow. I think the answer is no, because supposedly they die after reproducing or after copulating, so I don't think that they would regrow, but I could be wrong on that. So you're saying when I ate octopus, I ate its cock? Excellent question. Yeah, probably. The tentacles they look identical. It's just one of them has a sperm packet in it.
Huh.
I never really thought about that. That's actually a really interesting point. So that's detachable penises.
Well, there
we
you
had
have it,
a
chat.
lot of questions about them.
I think octopus tastes awful, so actually I don't think I've ever had... I had octopus. I think I've had squid, but not octopus. I'm not sure. Ah, those rings is octopus though, right? Oh, you ever bit into a nice looking onion ring only to realize it was octopus?
Next one, and oh my gosh, do I have a lot to talk to you guys about. Acoustic
Calamari.
penises. Okay, what the frick does that mean? It means they can play their penis like a motherfucking fiddle, okay? Water boatmans. This is an aquatic insect. They are freaking tiny, right? They're like a couple millimeters long, like 3 millimeters long. They're the size of a flea. It is able to rub an appendage on its abdomen against its penis, and it makes a sound that attracts mates. Not just any sound, you guys. This is the loudest animal on the planet. If you account for its size, okay? If you, like, proportionally, it makes by miles and miles and miles the loudest sound of any animal on planet for its size. It is the size of a flea, and when it rubs its penis against its abdomen appendage, it makes a sound that is up to 99 decibels. Do you
Wow.
guys know how loud a sonic boom is? NASA recorded how loud a sonic boom is? Guess. Aquatic boatman, tiny insect, 99 decibels. Sonic boom, about 110. Okay? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, why would they need to make a noise that loud? We don't
'Cause they're
know.
horny.
Scientists were so confused when they heard this, because you can hear it from outside the water, which in itself is absurd, right? That you can hear it from, like, the surface, and so they thought it was some crazy large insect. And they found that it was a water boatman, this tiny little one. The theory that they have, they do bring air bubbles down with them underwater.
Water
and those air
boatman
bubbles may help as like a
mating
resonating
call.
loudspeaker for them to make that sound louder. A penile.
That's not that loud, but I guess, I don't know. Guess it's adjusted, huh? Wait, oh my goodness. Oh no. Man, I've been on Vadio this whole time again. I'm so dumb. I'm so sorry, VOD friends. Listen, if you watch this on the VOD, you can just follow along. You can just watch this video. It's called The Birds and the Beats literally, and then you can... Shit. Oh no. Now I'm gonna have some angry VOD friends. Well, at least I fixed it now.
penile scream, exactly.
Shit.
But we don't know why it needs to be that loud. I don't know why it needs to be that loud, but it is absurdly loud. I tried to do the math to see how loud a human would have to be.
Can you
at
just have
our
a text
size
on your
and
screen that shows it? Yeah, but I just manually enabled it and disabled it. I just ended up forgetting to do that instead.
proportionally, but decibels are logarithmically scale up. So I wasn't gonna do all that. Sorry, but it's freaking
I need a better
loud, okay?
way to do it.
But yeah, water boatman's loudest insect. Prolonged exposure. By the way, water boatman can produce a sound that's 99 decibels, right? That's underwater, so like you're not gonna be damaged like outside of water. If you're in water with a sperm whale and it fucking 236 decibels your ear off, you probably die. Like prolonged exposure to anything 200 decibels and above will cause your organs to rupture. If I had two water boatmen sitting on this table and you added them together, then I'd blow up. No, that's not how it works. But like,
wow,
it's really loud. Like they're really freaking up there. Not a meme. Why are they called sperm whales? I don't know the answer to that. Do females have acoustic vaginas? That I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just males. But yeah, so acoustic penises. Water boatmans play their
Anyway,
penis
here's
on their stomach,
Wonderwall.
and it makes the loudest animal sound on the planet for some reason. There's that. Kind of crazy. All right, exploding penises, everybody. Here we go. I told you guys that a lot of male animals die virgins, right? A lot of them. So for bees, the purpose of a male, like a male drone bee, is to mate with the queen bee. But there's one queen bee and so many male bees. So his chance at mating is extremely low.
Aww.
Extremely low. And he only has one shot, literally. It's weird that that guy said whore when we're talking about having sex once. And we're also talking about bees. Okay, so they attempt to mate with the female mid-flight. If and when a bee is able to mate with the female, he explodes.
I'm a bee.
His testicle explodes. His penis is severed off of his body. Why would he want that? Because he only has one chance, and if he's able to mate with the female, he wants to plug said female up. If he is able to inseminate the female, he will explode so that half of his body stays in that female, and no other males are able to inseminate her.
Damn.
Apparently,
Talk
there's
about
an
busting
audible
a
popping
nut.
sound that the human ear can hear. Does he survive? No. Dude. He exploded. He's dead. But he inseminated the queen bee, which is huge. Rather die than be
W.
cocked. Respect. Literal cock blocking. Yes. This is a picture up here of a bee that has exploded. I don't know how the queen gets rid of the body. How do they just explode? Probably similar to how we talked about lizards losing their tail. Some kind of hormone triggers it. I want that kind of love. It is a little bit inspiring. Yeah.
An
So
audible
there you go.
popping
Exploding
sound can be
penises.
heard.
Oh.
Uh,
He died. All right. That is what I have for penises today, everybody. Now we're going into vaginas. Regrettably, there is less information on vaginas, as you can see by my limited subtopics, and I will explain that in a little bit. But it's still pretty interesting. I mentioned this before. We have false vaginas. Not false vaginas. These are pseudo-penises, which is a clitoris that looks like a penis. We're going to go over why that is a thing. Little man rooms. We'll talk about that in a second.
Lamonters,
If you
what the
don't want to
fuck?
see a hyena clitoris, look away. But I'm going to show you right now. This is a drawing of a hyena clitoris. What the fuck, right? Looks like a penis. Crazier than that.
Strange.
The hyena is the only animal that pees, copulates, and births out of its clitoris.
How
And it
stream?
looks like a
She streamed this. Why can't I? It's educational.
penis. And so this is a baby in a hyena, and she will literally birth all the way through that
Ow,
clitoris.
that seems
Birthing
painful.
is very dangerous for hyenas. That must hurt so bad. Yeah, it must. Yeah, but 3-in-1 hole. Yeah. But the clit isn't it?
Extremely
Oh,
painful.
So painful. Yeah. So this is a
Ooh.
hyena. This is a hyena clitoris, right? So pseudopenis. This is what it actually looks like. This is a female hyena.
Aish.
So it's pretty much impossible to tell the difference between the two of them just by looking at them in the wild. And a lot of people will then ask, why would they have a pseudopenis, right? There are lots of theories for this. Number one, dominant hyena females have the same testosterone levels as males. So it may just be a hormonal thing in that their testosterone levels reflect the genitalia that they have. So that's
This is not
number
how I
one.
thought
Yeah,
this
it
day would
helps them
start.
with dominance is one of those examples. Or
I need
one of
more
those
coffee for
theories.
this.
Another one,
I'll be right
and
back.
what I think is makes more sense is that pseudopenises allow female animals with those pseudopenises to control when copulation happens. Other animals that have pseudopenises, there's a hyena. Elephants have a pseudopenis, so they have a clitoris that is as long as the male penis is. Your black-handed spider monkeys have a pseudopenis. It looks like a penis, but it's a clitoris, right? Males are unable to inseminate a female unless she has retracted her pseudopenis. Can't stick a penis in a penis, you know? But, well, you know. But females with pseudopenises, they will retract it, and then males can inseminate her then. So she has to accept the copulation. And I think that that's a reason, so that the female has more control over who she wants to mate with. It is physically impossible for a male elephant to a female elephant. Make sense? They can choose to retract it, yes sir? When I was working at a zoo in college, we had a black-handed spider monkey his name was Maya. I think you guys probably remember her. She's a very old monkey. But for the longest time, I thought she was male because she had what I believed was a penis. It was like this long. And when they told me Maya was male, I was like, no, she's not. Like, what do you mean? This is not true. And that's how I learned what a pseudopenis was. But it really does look like a penis. It's kind of crazy. I think it does correlate to animals with matriarchal structures. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so that's what we have for false penises. Little man rooms. All right, time to do a little more drawing, folks. Are you ready? Little man rooms, otherwise known as the Adrosium. Does anybody know what animal I'm about to talk about? We have not talked about it yet. No idea. Pikachu, kangaroo, anteater, kangaroo, anglerfish. Anglerfish is a great guess. That's a great guess because the females are so much larger than the males, and that's one of the reasons that this works. But it's actually more extreme than that. In this case, if it gives you any hint, proportionally, for this animal, I, at my height, would need a man that was a little less than 2 inches tall for this to work. We're talking about the green spoonworm, people, okay? This is green spoonworm larva, okay? That guy. The larva will free float in the ocean for up to 3 weeks, sexless. And I don't mean not having sex, I mean it does not have a biological sex yet, okay? It'll float for about 3 weeks. If it does not fucky in 3 weeks, then it'll settle down on the sea floor and it will become female. The females, if this is the size of the male, the females kind of look like this. This is what the females look like. Much bigger. The actual size is 10 centimeters versus 3 millimeters, if you're curious. So this is the female green spoonworm, and this is her proboscis, her mouth. So the male, not males, we're gonna have another larva, another green spoonworm larva, travel. This is a new one, right? He's just traveling through the ocean, waiting to see if they're gonna be female, or if they're gonna find love. Finds love. Finds a female, assumes the role of male, because there's a female. Stays this size. For reproduction to happen, the male will allow himself to be sucked in to the female's proboscis, where he is then stored in an organ called the androsium. No joke, sucky sucky. Yeah. Once he is in the androsium, colloquially called the little man room, he will spend the rest of his life constantly inseminating the female. So he's just constantly inseminating. Whee. And then they live together like that forever. Does he need to eat or something? No. Can she have multiple males? I don't think so. I don't know, though, to be honest. The dream. Is it? No eat, only coon. Doesn't have to pay any rent. Kinda sick. Can you go for a smoke break? No. He's busy. He got one job. So is he eating or not?
Alright.
No, I mean, he's not digested.
What did I miss?
Has gone into the female's mouth and is now inside of her. I don't know what their lifespan is. On the clock. So is he still alive? Yes. He's still alive in there.
Brought a snack to finish the video.
Does he have Ethernet? No. How the fuck do we know this? Oh my god. Not this one in particular, but by the way, I've looked into like how do we know these things about some research. When I was reading about fruit fly research,
I've done some research.
I found that one of the ways that they learned about fruit fly research was they had fruit flies in a lab and they would wait for them to copulate, and while they were mid-copulation, they flash froze them with nitrogen and then did x-rays.
What do you do for a living? Oh, I watch fruit flies fuck.
I was like, oh my gosh, that's really mean. But yeah, so they have fruit flies that are like frozen in copulation so that they can study them. That's how we know about fruit fly sex. Anyway. Oh, this is a female spoonworm.
Long as
what do you think of my drawing?
bust.
Very good, huh? That's the female spoonworm. And that is the male spoonworm. That's what they look like. And that's the size of the male. Very little. Shapes! Data not found. Not a lot of data, or not a lot of research on vaginas. Why? My first reaction was to be offended. And my second reaction was, you know what? It is much easier to study something external than it is internal. So I'll give them that. What I will say about vagina shapes is that if you know the shape of the penis, it is pretty damn easy to guess the shape of a vagina. They're pretty lock and key. Couldn't find much on vagina shapes. Sorry about that.
Chat,
Anyway.
have you seen a movie called Teeth?
Multiple vaginas. You guys know how many vaginas a kangaroo has? 69.
It's about a girl that has teeth down there. And then like some guy tries to rape her. And she like bites it off. And then his dog eats it.
1, 7, 6, 9, 4, 2, 100, 3. 3 vaginas.
Respect
I
women.
have a couple vagina examples here. Don't worry about the one on the left. The one on the left is monotremes, which is like echidnas and platypuses that make absolutely no sense. Nobody understands them. Don't worry about that one. The middle one, kangaroo vagina. 3 vaginas. And the one on the right is human. So, yeah. Why? Why 3? Because they have 2 uteruses. So they need 1 birth canal and 2 to take the semen up. Why do they have 2 uteruses? Didn't get that far. But they have 2, so they need 2 vaginas for sperm transfer. The vagina in the middle, the straight one, is for birthing. And the most important reason that they can think of as to why kangaroos would have 3 vaginas is because they can be perpetually pregnant. They can always be pregnant. They could be raising 3 babies at once despite only being able to have 1 baby at a time. They can be raising 1 baby outside the womb, right? Like a joey that's on the ground, like a baby kangaroo. They could have 1 in their pouch. By the way, all marsupials have 3 vaginas. Anything with a pouch has got 3 vaginas. They can have 1 in the pouch, and they can have 1 embryo in reserve in the other uterus.
I feel like eggs are the best way to make babies. I'm surprised not more animals just don't have eggs. Like, it seems so much more convenient to just plop out the egg and just have the baby grow in the egg. You don't have to carry it around everywhere. Predators eat the eggs. Well, just don't be soy, man. Just evolve into having an AR-15 at all times.
Waiting. Also, note, very skinny, the middle birthing canal for marsupials, but that's fine because baby kangaroos...
If the predator can go after the eggs, why can't the predator go after the pregnant woman?
Are like this big, jelly bean sized. Baby opossums, grain of rice-ish. Tiny, tiny, tiny. They're born into the pouch. And then they latch onto a nipple inside the pouch, and they stay there until they're big enough to exit the pouch. That's how marsupials work.
She has pepper spray.
They have 3 vaginas.
Good
There are lots of
morning,
animals. If an animal has 2
motherfuckers.
penises, probably has 2 vaginas. Probably 2 uteruses.
Velish,
Like, that is
thanks, man.
the
Welcome
animal
back.
friend
That was
What do
really
you think?
good.
What do you think? I hope I answered a lot of your questions. I hope you guys learned a lot.
That was really good. I enjoyed this. I'd like to actually try streams like this at some point where I try to either talk about things that I actually know anything about, or I try to just do some research and then I try to share that with people. I've been thinking about this concept. I think that's fun. I just talk about a few things that I actually know about to begin with, like visual effects, music production. Well, I'm sort of limited in that, but you know, a bit. Soylent. Maybe like, I mean, like maybe a bit of like fitness stuff. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm an expert though. People get very touchy when you're not. Oh, are you a certified PT? Otherwise, you shouldn't be. But you can also do like, I mean, there's so many bizarre things out there, right? That you like. Think about like Internet Historian or something. He just finds like a random thing that happened and he just tells people about that.